my I don't know what would the word my what's the
He's trying to say that I'm a dumbass.
Yes.
kind of.
Yes.
I'm trying to say that like. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of a casual film discussion. Today we are going to be talking about a gorgeous film in some people's eyes. So the film we watched was Only God Forgives. The film stars Ryan Gosling and is directed by Nicolas Winding Refn. The film follows Julian, played by Ryan Gosling, as he tries to hunt down his brother's killer, and he has been asked to do so by his mother.
I'm debating what category this film would lie in, because some people might call it like a...
It would lie in the fucking gutter is where it'd lie.
No, it wouldn't, mate.
Okay, so I think Isaac stands on the fence of he really enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the first, like, the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
It got me really excited, and I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be like a really cool story, and then it kind of didn't deliver.
It builds up like it's going to have an interesting story, and then like the first 30 minutes of the film just repeat itself. It was basically like a chain at some point, and there's someone at the top. It's like, yeah, I'm going to hire you to hire someone else, to hire someone else, to hire someone else to kill someone. And then they just slowly go up that chain. It's like, oh, we're going to ambush you and kill you. Oh, we're going to ambush the next guy and kill them. Oh, and it just felt repetitive.
It's the kind of film where not much information is given to you. Very, very basic, very little, and you have to kind of put the information together yourself. And I kind of like that if it's done correctly.
It's interesting when the film creators want you to take things like and create meaning from it, but they need to give you something basic there to create meaning from. And I feel like in this film there wasn't enough there to derive meaning. I understand if this is a deep film, and if I'm too dumb to understand that, then fair enough. I don't need to come in and kick your clubhouse door down and be like, I demand to know what's going on. But if you're going to have deeper meaning in a film, you need to be able to enjoy the film at base value without that meaning. It needs to be accessible, and it needs to be interesting to watch without having to look into it and extract all these different meanings. And to me, it wasn't. The acting and the dialogue, everyone's dialogue and actions were so robotic and just unemotional, and it just felt like I had no sympathy for any of the characters. People were getting murdered. Like, this whole film felt like a glory fest of like sex and murder, but none of it had no impact because no one was characterized. I felt no emotion to anyone because they were also robotic and just emotionless.
He's definitely robotic, and everyone in the film feels a bit like a non-character. It honestly feels like the actors are just doing... It sounds ridiculous, because they are just doing what's in the script, but they're not bringing anything to it.
Yeah.
But with Julian, that is his character. It's someone who's so broken down and numb, and the only thing he knows how to do is anger.
If its character is numb and emotionless, then that's fine. It's like, I don't have a problem with that. But you need to show contrast. But everyone else in the film is also numb and emotionless, so you get no sense of it. It's like you need to have some sort of normality. But everyone in this universe just seems to be emotionless and robotic and dead.
Okay, I agree. There's flaws. There's flaws in the character, there's flaws in the story. But it almost seems like too deliberate. Like what you said about them being robotic, I would agree that it's off-putting, but it's almost like it just feels too deliberate that it's not a mistake.
The one bit of like meaning that I picked up on, it made me fucking angry. He'd killed that guy, and he goes home and he's washing his hands and blood comes out of the sink. It's like, oh, there's blood on his hand. That's some fucking complex symbolism. It's so low level, cheap symbolism. That's what makes you think that whoever's directed this does not have the capability of having a complex meaning behind this, because you're using such low level bad symbolism like that in your film.
This director has done plenty of other films that have been good. So I think because me and Isaac have both seen those films, we are more open to believing that what he's doing in this film isn't a mistake, and that everything has a purpose.
Right.
This is incredibly pretentious, but I feel like it might also be that me and Isaac have like refined our taste so that we can appreciate this film, and that I know that you don't watch like a ton of films, so I might...
Lewis, I will kick you from this chat right now.
my I don't know what would the word what's the
He's trying to say that I'm a dumbass.
Yes.
kind of.
Yes.
I'm trying to say that like if you've been eating like Big Macs all your life and then you try and eat like a gourmet steak, you probably won't appreciate it as much as someone like me and Isaac who've been feasting on the finest cuisine.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna get.
No,
mad.
that's a
I'm
good.
not-
That's a
I'm
good
not gonna get
analogy.
annoyed.
That's a perfect
I'm not gonna get
analogy.
annoyed. Oh, that's a good
So-
analogy. But my Bailey's one that got cut out the other videos, not right. Okay.
After watching the film, I had to like sit for a bit and just think about it.
Yeah.
Because at the end I was like, okay, what the fuck did I just watch? That didn't really make any sense at all. But then I just let it like soak in my head for a bit, and I was like, okay, maybe this, maybe that, and it started to make a lot more sense. And I kind of had it. The interview with the director, he said one thing, and then I was like, okay, I got it now. He just said Chang in the film is basically God. He's meant to symbolize God.
The reason I thought he was godly is because when the music comes up, when you know when you have the low angle like 360 camera move going around Chang, you hear the organs and it's almost like, you know, in a church. That to me like felt like holy to him. If that's an overanalyzation, then I'm sorry, but I mean, oh my god, that shot.
The deeper meaning that I took from it was Julian is this person who his hands to him symbolize his violent past, and that he's unable to use them for anything else other than violence, and he doesn't enjoy his hands basically.
That's why he's okay with the cop chopping them off. He's separating himself from that violent past.
Yeah, and that Chang symbolizes God, and then that makes more sense when you think about the title of like only God forgives, that he's just seeking forgiveness. I didn't think of Chang as like God until I heard the director say like, oh no, he's God in this. Like it's only God. It's only God forgives him of his sins. So that's the deeper meaning I took from it, was that he's trying to distance himself from his violent past, from his mum. Maybe him putting his hands inside of his mum is him passing the guilt onto her and being like, this wasn't me, this is you.
I like that. I'm sorry. I like it.
What did you guys think of Chang singing karaoke?
I thought that was extremely out of place.
I loved it. What's the meaning behind that?
You guys
then?
remember that?
Yeah. What's the meaning behind that then, Lewis?
No, I'm honestly just wondering.
God preaching to his messiahs that he's
could
sending
be.
out. The officers are his disciples, and they're sending out the message, and he's singing, and he's letting them know the ways of the Lord.
That you've got it, Harley. Thanks.
Exactly. It took an idiot like me to understand it, because it's shit symbolism.
I quite like it now.
It was when they just found out his brother died, and he's like sat down, and she goes, "You lost your brother. You must be upset." And it's like, fucking show it on your face then. It's just, everyone's so robotic and just emotionless and boring.
I feel like it's deliberate.
It's like, don't be like, oh, you must be upset. Show using like your cinematography that he's upset. Even if he's not showing it on his face because he's had to be tough and hard because he's in the drug business. Use something in your mise-en-scène to show that he's upset, rather than just being this dead, robotic.
But what if he wasn't upset?
Yeah, I don't think he was upset.
Then fucking let me know that as well.
She says everything like, you know, you must have been jealous. You were jealous of your brother. You had a smaller cock than your brother. You weren't as good as your brother. Your brother would have killed, your killer and everything. He doesn't go against it, and he doesn't agree with it, and he doesn't say anything related to it. So I don't think that he was upset. I don't think that he was jealous. I don't think, he did have a smaller cock. So,
I don't want some emotionless robot to watch. I want someone I can get invested in. It's like, that's the thing. It's so focused on this deeper meaning that the base value is just nothing. That's my problem with it.
Do you know the banner in the fight scene?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Isaac. How did you feel about the fight scene?
I thought about it quite a lot, because as it was happening, I was just looking at it like, this is fucking terrible. But then I was like, I don't know how I would like them. If this is like I don't know how else they would have shot it that would have
Yeah.
like kept with the tone of the rest of the film. Like if they did like a bunch of jump cuts, I would have been like, ew.
Again, it's like, yes, you can tell the fight's choreographed, and that throws me out of it because it's not real.
Yeah.
But if it was scrappy and real, I'd get more invested. But then, of course, they'd lose their precious meaning behind it. It's like, oh, because God wouldn't fight scrappy. God is very, like, reserved and God knows how to fight. It's like, yeah, but I'd much rather be more invested by having a realistic fight scene.
Can I just
Go on,
say?
Isaac,
Can I just say one thing about a certain scene that I think we can all agree on? That dog has some massive bollocks.
Right, so that's getting cut.
Should we give our final thoughts? I'll do mine first because then we can sandwich the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Good, the bad, and the ugly.
I thought the film was an amazing beginning. I would have loved the film to have kept that excitement with me, and I think it didn't deliver. I think the deeper meaning in the cinematography seems more important than the actual story and the characters. I think even for a 1 hour, like 40 or 30-minute film, it could have been cut down a lot more. I would recommend it to everybody. I just think they should give it a watch because I think they'll either love it or hate it. That is my opinion.
It's the Marmite of films.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, is it time for the bad?
Yeah.
More like the ugly.
I'll kick you again. I personally did not like this film. It has a lot of implied hidden meaning, and whether the meaning's there or not, if you look at it at base value, it's just not interesting to watch for me. I didn't have fun watching it. A lot of the points I'm going to make, it's they've done these for the purpose of the messages, but I would rather just have the film. I thought the characterization, the dialogue, some of the shots, some of just the logic behind their actions in the film was just all not great. They were not done well. Yeah, like Lewis said, give it a watch anyway, because it's a fun talking point. You either love it or you hate it, and it'll either be the best film you've ever seen, or you'll be like me and you'll know to never watch anything like this ever again. Gutty, your turn, Isaac.
Jesus Christ. I absolutely enjoyed this film. The cinematography was just wonderful, and the contrast and everything is gorgeous. The music's great. Just there is so much in this film that I enjoyed. And even though, yes, the story is, has some flaws and is very vague in some points and too literal in some points, I didn't care. But yeah, I honestly loved this film. I enjoyed it, and with a lot of his films, I might watch them years later, and I might have a different opinion, but right now I enjoyed it.
Shall I do an outro to this shit show?
No, I think we need a more positive. Lewis, you do the outro.
Thank you everyone for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you subscribe, like the video, share it with a few friends. Tell us what you think in the comments. Next week we're going to be doing a review of Brigsby Bear, so tune in for that.
I mean, that's not confirmed. Lewis just swayed the agenda there.
We're doing Brigsby Bear. If you have any film recommendations, put it in the comments. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Shut up.
Nailed it.
This film was awful. Don't watch this film.